What's up, guys? Neil Orf with here to talk a little Sorare NBA for this Monday through Thursday slate starting tonight. It is March 20th. While you're coming in, please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification button so you can get alerts when our shows go live. Also, if you haven't already checked it out, we do have a new show on the Odd Shopper channel, which we are very excited about. The Odd Shop is every day, Monday through Friday, 4 to 5 p.m. Eastern time. So it's an hour before Deeper Dive and Live Before Lock. You should try and check that out when you can. You can join Lofty, Ben, Greg, Eric, Aton, and all the regular guys as they break down the night's best bets using premium Odd Shopper tools and data. It really is a great show to watch if you are into sports betting. Also, want to announce, not announce, we've been a partner of Sorare for a little bit now, but we are still very excited about it. Of course, what that means for you is if you use the link in the description of this video, when you sign up for Sorare, you will get a sixth card free when you buy 5 cards on the marketplace at Sorare. So you buy 5 limited cards, you're going to get a 6th limited card for free. That's a great value. These limited cards are numbered to just 5,000. It's all tracked on the Ethereum blockchain, so you can see how many of the cards are active at any given time. But you never know who you're going to get. You get a great card there for your free card. So make sure you take advantage of that. If you have not yet signed up for Sorare, sign up using the link in the description, so you'll get a 6th card when you buy 5 cards on the marketplace. And it doesn't have to be 5 limited cards that you buy. You can buy rare cards, you can buy whatever you want, but the free card you get is going to be a limited card numbered to 5,000. In addition to the free card, we also have free projections at Stochastic for Sorare. So we're going to go over that a little bit in this video. But first, I just want to show you this card. I just want to show off my new card purchase that I'm excited about. So, big Gorgie Jeng fan over here. I have his basketball card, National Treasures rookie patch auto. It is jersey numbered. His jersey number for the Timberwolves at the time was number 5. So I have the card number 5 out of 99. Happened to see this today pop up. The Gorgie Jeng number 41 out of 1,000 rare card. That is his new jersey number is 41. So pretty excited to snag that on the marketplace. Pretty cheap. One of my favorite players of all time. Somebody I've always collected. So excited to find that on the Sorare website. But we're not here to talk about, I mean, we are here just a little bit to brag about that card, but also we're here to talk about the actual contest run on Sorare. And I'm going to go over my strategy just a little bit for those. And of course, my strategy always involves the stochastic projections. And of course, a new feature to these stochastic projections just in the last few weeks is we actually have optimal lineups for the contests that I like to play. So the contest that I usually focus on is the limited champion contest, and we have the optimal lineup in the stochastic projections now for that limited champion contest. Really big advantage here. It's a little bit different than I have been playing. So typically I've been paying up for, I guess it is still kind of the same. So you pay up for 2 studs essentially. The whoever is the highest projected player on the slate is always going to be in the optimal lineup for the champion contest, because the MVP spot, which is the highest salaried player, does not count against your salary cap. So just whoever projects the best going to fit right in there. But from there, we do still have kind of a spend up in Julius Randle, 42 last 10 average. Again, these last 10 averages, that is the player's projection, or sorry, not their projection. That is their salary for the contest. So the L10 is, you can see it on the actual cards. You can see here, Kai Jones has a 9 last 10 average. Gorgie has a 6. Torian Prince has a 15. So you can see the last 10 averages on the cards. And that is essentially the player's salary. It is based on their most recent stretch of games, but it works as the salary in the contest. So for example, if I go play limited champion, you can see it has a salary cap of 120. However, it does include an MVP spot in this contest. So that MVP spot does not count against a salary of 120. You essentially have 120 left over for the 4 remaining players. So an average of 30 per. So that's how so you typically always are going to, well, you're always going to want to play the highest projected player in that MVP spot, just because the salary doesn't count against them. And then from there, you're just trying to find some of the best values on the slate to fill in around that 120 remaining salary. And as you can see, we have, in our projections, we have the optimal lineup, but you can look at all of the top value plays just going through the NBA projections tab. You can see Joel Embiid, our top projected player on the week. Luka out the first game, kind of I don't know that I would take a risk on Luka here, but I think Embiid is a great play. Jokic is a great play. Giannis a great play. A lot of these guys are the top. And of course, you saw Julius Randle makes it into our optimal because he is one of the top projected plays on the slate and also only costs 42, only has a last average of 42. So we've got almost a 10 value there between his last and average and his projection. So typically the way I'm building lineups, looking at the highest projected plays, getting in one of these top guys to fill into that at that MVP spot. Usually I'll find another good value among the top. As you can see, we did that here with Julius Randle. And then from there, it's just finding some of the best value pieces that are going to fit in there. So our top value today is John Collins. Last and average was just 16, but we have him projected for around 29. And again, that is his projection in the better of his 2 games in this stretch. So it's nice to know that we have projections that actually can look out that far. So we're projecting John Collins for 29 in his better of the 2 games. TJ McConnell looks good. I also did, so I bought all of these cards. I'm going to have them ready to go. I also did look at some players who I think could open up as value. So like looking at the injury report today. So obviously the Timberwolves, that's one that I already bought, is we've got Ant questionable. I think that if Ant is out, then Torian Prince could become a nice value. So he's not currently in the projections as a great value, but I think he will become a much better value if Ant is ultimately ruled out. So I already bought a Torian Prince there. You could also consider like a Luka Garza, maybe, if you think it's possible that Rudy and Naz Reid sit, or at least if one of them sits, Luka Garza might become a good value. If both of them sit, could become a great value. So that's another player that I might think about getting now and having it ready just in case we get that news before lock. But I think there are a lot of different places that you can kind of, I like looking at the injury report, kind of thinking about where might I find value. I think the Timberwolves, one of the more obvious spots here. Maybe the Rockets now with Jalen Green questionable. Maybe somebody opens up there. But I think that is one approach to take too, is just have some of these cards ready for when we get news so that you can fill in the new optimal lineup at that time. But for now, all I'm playing in this is the optimal lineup. So we have the champion optimal, which is going to be, the more expensive last and average players, the higher salaried players here, and including the highest on the slate. It gets a little bit tougher in the contender optimal or the contender contest, because it's only a 110 salary cap and you don't get an MVP. So essentially in the champion optimal, you get 30 per. In the contender optimal, you only have 22 last and average salary per player. Makes it a lot tougher, but it's kind of a fun little puzzle. Of course, now we've got the optimal, so you don't really have to do the puzzle yourself, but it's still kind of fun to look at who might fit in there into that 120 cap. A lot of different ways I think you can build for the contender optimal, especially if you do want to try finding somebody who's a little bit higher salary. Like if you want to play Julius Randle in this one, you're going to have to go pretty cheap. That's where maybe you think about playing those Gorgie Jengs, those Kai Jones, etc. That's when those players become more interesting. So anyway, that's generally my approach. I'm taking a stars and scrubsy approach. It's relatively stars and scrubsy, I'd say, here for the champion optimal. Julius Randle, if you count him as a second star. And then, we do fill in with, we kind of still got a mid-range here with Brandon Ingram, TJ McConnell, bit of a mid-range, Jonas Valanciunas. So not really even scrubsy here. It's like stars. I guess the stars are just not as expensive as they sometimes are, with Julius Randle at 42 projecting so well. It's not quite as stars and scrubsy as usual. But that's typically my approach, is using the stars and scrubs approach for the champion contest, and then a little bit more middle ground for that contender, because it's so much tougher to fit in players with a salary of 40 or 50 there. Anyway, that is my general approach to So Rare. Hope you can use a similar approach to find some success this week. Good luck.